Microphone. We got the homie all the way from San Francisco, B-Boy Profo 1 in the building.
Yo,
what up? It is, Profo?
Chilling.
Politic your business, homie. Let everybody know where they can find you. If you got any projects coming up, how they can get a hold of you. Let them know. The floor is yours.
Shadow Rockin' Profo 1 on IG. You can find me under PROFO_FLGZ. Profo1.com. PROFOWON.com. Same thing for Facebook, all across the boards. And is that it?
Promote that shirt, homie. I know you got some merchandise.
Supreme Geometry. Go to the Profo 1 shop on Printify. Check that out. Pretty new project I'm working on. Just something like a little bit was like the idea was like counterculture to breaking competitions. You know, kind of highlight the knowledge part and because most people only know the competition, so I try to educate people on just the history and the counterculture of breaking competitions.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. Hit them up, guys.
Oh, and the trades, of course. YouTube.
Of course.
My bad. YouTube.
Like, share, subscribe. Get your numbers up. He's trying to get his numbers up.
Yeah, man. Just hit 2K, so it's
nice.
Not bad.
So, Profo, I didn't want to talk about the Olympics.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it so real with you. I'm just so fucking mentally drained, emotionally frustrated. I'm just exhausted this whole goddamn week with this whole Olympic shit.
Yeah?
You know what I mean?
The hate feeds me.
No, and as it should. You know what? As it should. You know what I mean? But I got to keep it real with you. I didn't want to go there with the podcast.
Okay.
But I have a particular question I want to ask you, and
let's
have
go.
to correlate it to what's happening right now.
Sure, let's go.
With the Olympics, with breaking, you know what I mean? And I'd like to get your perspective on it. Now, obviously, when the media got a hold of what happened at the Olympics, they made a mockery of us, right? They criticized us. I mean, it was to the point where basically the general public was posting meme after meme after meme after meme. I mean, people have reached out to me that I haven't spoke to in 3-4 years, and they were sending me fucking memes of goofiness, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were attacking people. They were attacking some of the Olympians, things of that nature. Now, I'm the type of guy that...
Olympians or Olympian?
Olympians.
Wow, plural. Well, I'm surprised about that. Okay.
Now, I'm the type of dude, I could block all that shit out, especially if it's coming from the general public. I could squash all that noise. I don't give a fuck what they say. It don't mean nothing, especially if they're not from our community and our culture. But what does piss me off is when breakers, B-boys and B-girls, co-sign the shit that goes on with the general public, the media.
Okay.
And they kind of tag along with the criticism. They tag along with the mockery. You know what I mean? That shit pisses me off. That's the type of shit that it's almost like on some turncoat Judas type shit. Okay. You feel me? Yeah. Like on some coon type shit. Like I'll even go as far as to say like on some Uncle Tom type shit. You know what I mean? Like you're stabbing your own people in the back. You're kicking dirt on your own fucking community. You feel me? That shit irks me.
Okay.
Now, recently, you were on a podcast. We talked about it earlier. Right? And I was tapping into it, and I noticed you were like serious. Yeah. And I'm not used to seeing you serious. I'm always used to seeing you happy, laughing, fucking giggling. You're always giggling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I was when I saw it, I was like, yo, he's for real. When he was talking to these people. You know what I mean?
100.
So I imagine that you were feeling the same effects that everybody else, including myself, was with regards to what was happening in the breaking scene.
It was more like okay, so this is before even the one who shall not be named, right? Like, you know, the Olympics. Before the Olympics, like 2 weeks prior to the Olympics, the media run was larger than I thought. I was overwhelmed with the media run. The interviews with the Today Show,
oh my God,
you know, like, or whatever. Bugs Bunny is out here interviewing people, which I thought was great. but I didn't think it was gonna be like that, right? That way. I thought it was like August 11th. This is what's gonna happen. So this happening before August 10th or August 9th, it was a little bit overwhelming. Then you had people go, "Oh, these guys should judge," and "Oh, why isn't Turbo and Ozone like this?" Is before the Olympics.
Was that breakers that were specifically
No.
saying that? Oh, so it wasn't breakers.
No,
This was general public. That had,
and I'm like, shut
put
the
their
hell
foot in.
up.
Okay.
And the whole thing is like with hip hoppers, they go hip hop. We're all four elements together. Like bull crap. I don't see you.
See, that doesn't bother me.
That bothers me.
I don't give a... again,
That
for people
bothers
that are
me.
not part of our scene, they're not part of our culture, our community, they could say whatever the fuck they want because anything they say,
But-
at least to me, is null and void.
Yeah, but these
feel me?
are hip hop, like general public. That's like, yeah, I like Drake. Like, I don't care what you say, anyway. But if it's like hip hop, most def, immortal technique, blah blah blah, and y'all be breakdancing, right? Like, no, shut up. You can't pick the judge. You can't do whatever because you say you're hip hop, but you never supported us. Where were y'all for the last 30 years to have an opinion? So to me, I was getting upset because those guys are hip hop dudes, and that's the thing. Like, I'm one of the b-boys that's connected to the boom bap old heads, and they're like, I don't like the Red Bull BC1 stuff. There's too many power moves. Why can't it be like this OG and that OG? And then I'm like, well, you don't care enough to check out the underground kids.
Breakers who feel the same way as the individuals that you're speaking about, do they get the same energy from you?
Yeah. The old school guys that was like, I made up the knee spin. Remember me? Like, no, you don't get love either. Okay. If you create something and you were in Wildstar or Beat Street, dope. Show up to the events. Cool. But can you judge? No. We could give you your flowers. We'll fly you out, whatever. But you can't judge. Like, there's 30 years of breaking from all different types of areas that you don't understand. Right. And you need to be around to understand it. And if you weren't around and you just came back because of the Olympics, so a lot of that heat was from that. A lot of my passionate talking was from that. Because everyone has opinions like, but where have you been?
So let me ask you this question then, homie.
Yeah.
Are all breakers on code? Do you know what I mean when I say on code?
Explain it to me.
So the definition of being on code or code specifically is a set of rules that are accepted as general principles.
Okay.
Or a set of written rules that say how a people in a particular organization, a particular group, or country should behave.
All right.
So you can think of a particular group of people, whether it's religious, whether it's racial,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
To be on code is mean, they all have the same understanding, the same objectives, the same goals.
Yeah.
Now, breaking, which many people would identify as a community, would identify as a group, would identify as a culture.
Right.
Would it be fair to say that they are all on code in your opinion?
No, not at all.
Why not?
Because there's too many different regional opinions, because they have OGs that think a certain way from a certain time period, and like maybe one mentor is from the 80s, one mentor is from the 90s, one mentor is from the 2000s, one mentor is from the and they all have their own interpretation of what's going on.
Should they be?
Should they have their own interpretation?
No, should they be all on code? Should we all be on code?
I can't answer that question because it's like,
Come on, Profo.
What's the code?
Come on, Profo.
What's the code?
Well, I'm sure most of us all, as breakers, we understand certain general principles with regards to breaking. For example, like no touching, right? No touching, right? Know your history, and maybe it doesn't have to be specific with regards to history, but know your history.
Both of those things, does that exist?
Sure. Well, I'm asking.
No.
I think
The answer is no.
I'm pretty sure everybody here knows.
The answer is
has
no. They all
knowledge.
touch. They don't know anything. Their old school is like, most of the B-boys and B-girls start at 2009. Their old school's, like recent guys. So no, they're not on code. They've never been on code. It hasn't been on code since freaking, 1998?
Are you on code?
No. I switch up all the time.
Let me hear you say fuck breaking. Fuck breaking and fuck being on this code. Let me hear you say that.
It's not fuck breaking. It's the rules that no one understands why we have this code anyway. Okay. I'm more on that. Like everyone says B-boy. We're B-boys. Do you know why we say that? Yeah, because we're B-boys. Like, no. It started in 1991. Even though the term B-boy came from Coca Rock and Cool Herc, it was like, but the whole thing is we didn't, in the 80s that I remember, and I know some New York guys and some guys from overseas never said B-boy. He said breaker. B-boy, Run DMC said B-boy.
Do you know what the B stands for in B-boy?
There's so many. This is what I mean. Like Beat Boy, Bronx Boy, Break
Boy. Banji Boy. Can you guys pull up Google? Can you Google Banji Boy?
Banji Boy.
No, have you ever heard of that?
I know what that is.
You know what that is? Look it up.
It looks crazy.
Banjee. I'm gonna educate Profo real quick. Look up Banji Boy.
I mean,
it might be in the Urban Dictionary.
But it might be. I mean, it sounds a little like Bati.
Yes.
Okay.
Bati Boy. Yeah.
Oh. Breeze went, oh.
And what does it say with regards to its origins of that particular word?
Banji Boy or Banji Girl is a term for ball of culture describing a person embodying an urban tough swagger.
Oh, word. Okay.
Does it tell you the origins? Depends what you're looking at. Depends on the definition that you're looking at in the source.
I'm on the Wikipedia.
Yeah, on the source it might be different. But there's definitely a lot of different sources out there that would say that's where the term B-boy derived from.
Right. I mean, it's a
believe
possibility. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. All I'm just saying is because this is what I have talked to people about this. People as old as me or older. And I was like, yeah, back in the 80s, we didn't call it B-boy. We called it breaker. But if you were a hip-hop head, you were a B-boy.
Right.
If you're a hip-hop head, if you love everything about hip-hop, you're considered a B-boy. So when another one that shall not be named, when when it got relabeled into B-boy, because and I had this with my man before. I don't know if I can say his name, but on my podcast, we talked about how because in 1991 there was the New Music Seminar, and the one that shall not be named.
I know. Guys, one of our rules is no name dropping. Yeah, I know it's kind of difficult.
No, but I don't want to say his name anyway.
If it's Voldemort,
I don't want to say his name anyway.
That's cool. I like that.
So it's like the one that shall not be named, because the whole thing is this backlash we're having right now, right? Because of the Olympics, is the same people that didn't observe the changing of the branding of breaker. They never observed it. Now, the hip-hop heads, the underground rappers, whatever, that supported the culture of hip-hop, they knew to call it B-boy. Mm-hmm. But it was because in this moment when the New Music Seminar and this cruise anniversary that happened in 1991, they renamed it B-boy because of you're doing that old stuff. Breakdancing. You're doing that old stuff. Don't you guys dance to electro?
Why are you getting your clothes dirty? Why are you getting your clothes dirty?
So, yeah, all that type of stuff. So it's like, but B-boy sounded cooler. It sounded hip-hop. And people knew it as this, rappers and DJs knew it as, oh, yeah, I'm a B-boy because I'm a hip-hop head. So when that got attached to the dancer of breaker, it sounded cooler. It's like now it's an underground because now we're dancing to breaks instead of Planet Rock. What's a break? Oh, the stuff that Marley Marl sampled to create the new hip hop music.
So the rules and the regulations are just so convoluted for any breaker to be on code. I mean, would it be fair to say, and I may need you to pull up another definition. You're going to be like my definition guy tonight, Breeze.
But no, I would say that because it's like people, this is passed along information, and then these kids that are even 35 held on to the guys that were there when they were 45, 49, that when it got redefined.
Okay.
So it got passed on and everyone's just like, yeah, we'll accept it.
Breeze, can you pull up the definition for the term genre? Mm-hmm. Genre. And if you get an opportunity, also pull up the definition for culture. I want to see if there's a distinct difference between the two. Because based on what you're telling me, if the rules and the regulations are so convoluted, according to the root definition of what a culture is standards based on the collective, standards being rules, regulations, guidelines, morals, ethics, values.
Yep.
The collective would be the community.
Yep.
If you believe we don't have that, is
don't.
it fair to say that breaking is not a culture and possibly just a genre of dance? A genre of hip-hop dance? Pull up that definition. You got that, homie?
Let's get the exact definition.
All right, genre.
Okay.
Let's go.
A category of artistic composition, as in music or literature, categorized by similarities in form, style, or subject matter.
Okay.
That's genre, right? Does breaking fit that description?
Sounds like it to me.
Prof, let me hear you say fuck breaking. Let me hear you say that.
I would say fuck breaking.
You don't really believe that.
Nah, I don't. I got peer pressure. Ricky pressured me. Name drop Ricky.
Does anybody want to jump in on that before I ask Profo his second question?
No,
Steve,
I would be
you want to jump on
introduced.
it? You want to touch that? You want to touch that?
He got introduced. Now it's 19 minutes in. I ain't been introduced yet.
I still got two.
I'm salty, bro. The shot clock right there.
Let me ask.
I rambled, guys. Sorry.
Okay, you know what?
You good?
No, I appreciate you. Thank you so much